What goes into a good garden design? How do you start to make sense of your yard and make it more useful and beautiful? Let's take a quick look at one of our landscape designs for a house here in Williamsburg and see how it might be done. The existing backyard presented us with a blank slate. What would go into it? Our first step was to determine the lines, or axes, that would shape and organize the yard. These implied lines of sight extend from existing architectural elements like windows and doors out to and across the landscape. The design of the yard should work with this flow, not against it. Another important consideration is the connection between the interior of the yard and the street. How could we create privacy yet still allow access to the sidewalk? Axes also indicate connections between interior rooms of the house and the spaces outside. How can we best take advantage of this? For the design, we also looked at the outdoor rooms that are sort of implied by the leftover spaces between the buildings. As the design starts to take form, the layout of the paving begins to divide and shape the yard, reflecting both the outdoor rooms and the lines of sight. We then worked to refine even more those all-important inside-outside connections. Here an existing window is converted into a door. The covered porch and brick steps create an inviting transitional space, providing much better access to the yard. This row of windows presents another opportunity for a strong visual connection between the house and the yard. A small fountain and low seating wall highlight the window, creating an attractive focal point from inside the house. The next task is to define boundaries. Nicely detailed fencing creates privacy inside the yard, while an arched gate provides a welcoming entrance. Once the hardscape and fencing is in place, we can finally add planting that accents the spaces, but doesn't conflict with the flow. In the final design, all the elements, paving, fencing, and plants, work together to create an inviting and beautiful new yard.